Hello, gamers and gainers, and welcome to Teemu. This is some kind of like super cheap online store that I've seen a bunch of ads for on YouTube and whatnot. I'm sure you've seen some of the same thing. This feels like a kind of wish.com kind of vibe, if you know what I'm saying. So I figured today we're going to order some, cheap looking, crappy stuff off of here and see if it's any good. So I figured I would start with whatever their best sellers are. And you can see we got some like house appliance stuff, wireless headphones for $9. Wow. I'm sure that'll be great. Okay, this is interesting. So this is a Switch, and that's almost full price for an OLED. Ooh, okay. So here we've got some Rubik's cubes. I'm actually a cuber myself, so we might be able to try one of these out. We can do a 4x4. Why not? All right, and that's in the cart. Okay, now I remember seeing in one of their ads, they said they had a Nintendo Switch for like $3, and there's no way I'm even gonna begin to believe that. And it seems like the Switches that they do have are actually properly priced, so that's kind of interesting. We do, however, have some weird stuff like this Joy-Con grip. Oh, it charges them too? Okay. So, I mean, if that works, that could be kind of interesting. But, I guess we'll see. Oh, we need to pick a color. It's kind of a tough choice. I think we'll go with black, though. And it's added. Now, let's see what kind of interesting tech they have. All right. So we have NFC cards that, like, emulate Amiibos, basically. I don't know if I can show those on YouTube, to be honest, but we'll add them to the cart. Okay, we have a controller. Now, I'm willing to bet that this thing sucks. A $13 controller has to be like the worst thing ever, right? I wonder if it'll even connect, but it's $13. Why not? Okay, I'm looking for like a balisong or a butterfly knife sort of thing, but they don't seem to have any. Oh, no, they do. Oh, weird. These are not balisongs at all. Like, look at that. Like, that's... Okay, we've got a zoomable flashlight. I mean, that's decent if it actually works that well, We'll see. Zoom tactical flashlight, super bright. It's waterproof. Okay, we'll definitely be testing that. Bionic design, comfortable to hold. Hard material, no fear of falling. And it's rechargeable too. Okay, $3, I say we add that. Dude, people trying to make these things. Oh man. Yeah, these people trying to make these things look cool is the funniest thing to me because it looks so silly. Like, that's so goofy, dude. What are you, maybe I could believe that it would improve your boxing skills, but I think I'm okay. Okay, we've got a Japanese katana sword stand. We could test that out. I actually have a katana over there. I don't have a stand for it, so I mean, it'd be cool if it works. Why not? Whoa, okay, that's their image for power tools. I need to check some of this out. They've got a... Oh, what? Turn your electric drill into a powerful chainsaw. No way people are actually buying this. 411 sold? To who? Who would do that? Oh, okay. We have microphones. Oh man, a $7 microphone. How do you think that's gonna turn out? Okay. Yeah, I think we'll add that, and then that'll be our last item. All right, let's waste my money. All right, so it's shipped, and I will see you guys on the other side when all of that gets here. And it says here that we're supporting small businesses and that they carbon offset. So, I mean, if this turns out good, it could be pretty cool. Who knows? All right, and just like that, everything we have is here. It took like about a week for all of it to get here, and all of the packaging, I don't know how well you can see that, it was all like beat up. Like, here's the box for the controller, and it was like banged pretty bad. So that's kind of unfortunate, but hopefully everything on the inside is still all good. So I think we're gonna do the Switch stuff after, at the very end. So we're gonna put that aside and start looking at the other stuff. Starting off with a Rubik's Cube. This guy right here, Rock Magic Cube, I guess. It's a 4x4, actually. And it's got kind of a pastel color which is very similar to one that I've already got, and I wonder if it's kind of the same one. So let's take it out of the box. It's got some instructions. I guess it's all in Japanese though, so it's not really helpful. That's all right. I already know how to solve one of these, so it's not totally clean actually. It's got some like dirt and stuff in there. But let's just try turning it a little bit. Wow. Okay. It's not magnetic, so just that alone will cause it to not be like the best, but I mean, like yeah, it certainly works, and I can't remember exactly how much it was. I'll put it up on screen, but it was pretty decent. So, I mean, if it's something that you want, that's a really good price for a somewhat decent 4x4. All right, so I'm going to be putting each of the objects into one of two categories, either a good or a trash. And that one was actually pretty good. So far, they're 1 for 1 right now. Let's see if they can hold on to their success. Okay, for this next one, I'm going to have to turn off the lights so that you can see it in action. But let's just open it up real quick. All right, it's got like 0 weight to it, so that's already a bad sign. And a charging cable, it's not USB-C, so that's not great either. All right, so here's the thing. It's entirely plastic. Can you hear that? That's, yeah, doesn't sound great. It kind of looks all right, you know, but that there, you can't really see it very well, but that doesn't look super powerful, so we're just gonna have to find out. All right, let me turn off all the lights. Okay, here we are now with the lights off, and let's see what it's got. Okay, that's actually not that bad. You can see it's like lighting up a decent amount, and if you look, like it looks pretty good. I mean, it's like very even with the amount that it lights up. It's not like super bright in the center and then like dim on the outer edge. And then let's see, can it go brighter? Oh, okay, it's got a dimmer. That's kind of cool. And then it's got a flash. All right. So yeah, I'm actually kind of impressed. Like I could totally use this camping. It's not great, but for how incredibly cheap it was, if you really just need a flashlight for like a night or something, it's pretty solid. Okay, so that's going to be another win, actually. Kind of on a bit of a roll here, and I'm pleasantly surprised. This next one here, I imagine will be another win because it's kind of hard to mess this up. But we've got a katana stand for my katana that I've got on my dresser over there. So let's see if we can open this so it doesn't seem to be a convenient way to do that. There we go. All right, so we've got 3 pieces here. Man, I don't know why I'm struggling to get this out so much. All right, so I guess it just goes a little something like that, and then you lay the sword right here. Okay. Well, let's go put my katana on it and find out. It looks pretty decent, and it actually feels pretty solid. Like these are some sturdy pieces. So there is hope. All right, so it was actually okay, I would say. As you can see, my previous setup was actually with the sword outside of the sheath and just on some cardboard, which was really not that great. Kind of just a thing I threw together in like 20 minutes. And while this is certainly an upgrade from my previous setup, it doesn't really fit my sword very well at all. It's almost like way too narrow, as if the sword was designed to be put on it upside down. But, you know, if you do that, you'll dull out the blade over time. So, I don't know. We'll leave it there for now, and I guess I'll take it. Even if it's not great, it's still a win and not trash. So, moving on, we have our last item before we get into the Switch stuff, and that is a microphone. This guy is like a tiny wireless, like clip-on microphone, and I gotta say, I do not have high hopes for it. So there we have it. That's the mic. It's actually decently bigger than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be pretty tiny. So, you know, maybe that means something. All right, we're going to peel off this film here, and that I don't know what that is. And then we've got the other piece that you'll plug into your device. Okay. So I guess we're going to record some audio on my phone real quick, and then, we'll see how that sounds. It would be kind of crazy if I could actually get this to sound even slightly decent. All right, so I just recorded that whole bit and then realized that I forgot to turn on the microphone. So let's try that again. Okay, so it should be working this time. I don't know if you can hear me at all. I don't know how this sounds yet, but if it is good, then that could be like really cool actually. However, my hope is not high for sure. And now this is what it sounds like after I've applied some filters, maybe made the sound a little bit better. Hopefully this is actually at like a usable level, because that would be kind of cool. All right, so I just listened to the recording and I mean, it's bad. Don't get me wrong, but it's not as bad as I was expecting it to be. I'll put the price up again, but like it really wasn't that much. And that would be totally usable at somebody at like a super beginner level. So I'm so far impressed. I think I'm obligated to put that into the win section. All right, well, Teemu, they've done pretty well so far, but how is their Switch devices? First thing we've got here is some Joy-Con holders. I suppose it's also supposed to charge it. If it did, like properly, that would be kind of cool. So let me go grab my Joy-Cons and we'll hop into Breath of the Wild and give it a try. All right. So we've got our Joy-Cons here. Let's take this guy out and see it. Okay, another cable. All right. It's similarly to everything else, very light, but it's honestly not that bad looking. Like, check that out. Backside's a little boring though, but I can live with it. Okay, I don't know if it's got any charge in it or if I would need to charge it to actually get that. But first, let's just test out the feel, because that's kind of the most important part, in my opinion. All right, so here we are in Breath of the Wild, and it feels okay. There's not really any good spot for me to put my middle finger, because it doesn't totally fit down here. My fingers want to go up here, and there's this big thing in the way. So I wouldn't say it's the best, but I would actually prefer it over just Joy-Cons. So I guess it's got that going for it. Yeah, not terrible, but now let's see if it'll actually charge. All right, so we're on the controller screen. If I plug this in, will it? Huh, okay, so it's only charging one right now. I'm not sure if that's a like issue or if, oh, okay. I just didn't have the red one in all the way. Kind of had to push it. And it is actually charging both of them seemingly just fine. That's kind of impressive. Yeah, I mean, if it's a little bit more comfortable than just Joy-Cons on their own and it charges them while you're playing, that's a pretty good deal and it's super cheap. So it's not totally terrible and definitely in the win section for me. And so far, I've been pretty impressed. But right here, we have what should be a bunch of little NFC tags for Amiibos. I believe this one was like a Zelda set that I got. So we're going to try it out in Breath of the Wild here. They're much, much smaller than I expected them to be. You can see them compared to my hand. Very small. But it kind of got some cool artwork on it. Like, because obviously they can't use the Zelda characters. I'll bet this one's supposed to be Wolf Link, if it'll focus. Wow. Yeah, so we've got a lot here. Hopefully they actually work. That would be kind of cool. All right, I've got them all laid out here. It's not totally clear which one's which. Like that one's obviously Urbosa. But some of these are kind of just like Link. So I suppose we'll have to start scanning and figure it out. And to do that, I'm going to bring out our very last object, the controller. See if we can get this guy open. Okay. All right, sorry about that. My camera had some difficulties. Here is the controller. Take it out and see what we're working with. All right, it's kind of difficult to get out, but we got it. All right, we got to peel this thing off. It's always super satisfying. Yeah. All right, so without even like hooking it up, just feeling it, I really hate to say it, doesn't feel that bad. Let's grab this cable and connect it to the Switch. All right, so it's paired. Whoa. Okay, I'm feeling some rumbles. It's not haptics for sure. It kind of feels like the really old Xbox controllers. That's the kind of rumble that it feels like. Okay, it can't read Amiibo, so we're gonna have to switch back to test out the tags. But real quick, let's test out this controller. I mean, it feels like not that bad. And it is wireless, yeah, so I don't have to keep it plugged in. I'm gonna, real quick, I'm gonna go a little bit farther from the Switch and see if I can test how bad the latency gets. All right, well, there was absolutely none there. Let's see if I can whistle sprint easily with it. Yeah, like that's working just fine. Okay, the D-pad is a little bit difficult to push down, but it operates really smoothly. Let's see about motion controls. Ooh, okay. You see how my hands are perfectly still and it's spinning? And that's not drift, I don't think. Okay, so maybe the thing doesn't have perfect motion controls, but that being the only downside and it being however much money it was, it's like really hard to be upset about it, you know? Let's see though, because it's got T, H, and O. I don't know what any of that does. Let's see what O. Okay, that's a screenshot. T. I don't know what T is. Whoa. Okay. It's vibrating my hands, but I have no idea. Plus and minus. Yep, both of those work. Honestly, I expected if anything was gonna fail, it would be this. And it didn't let me down that much. I'm very surprised. This is kind of insane. I like I almost want to try again and try to find something that doesn't work because it seems like that would be harder than finding something that does. All right, well, let's switch back to the Joy-Cons and we can test out these Amiibos. Hopefully this works and doesn't get me banned in the process, but let's try. Let's start with something simple. Let's start with what I believe to be the Wolf Link Amiibo because we know that'll work first try. So let's see, we're gonna tap it. I think it's right here, isn't it? I'm not getting anything. Oh, okay, it was this one. And it totally worked. Look at that. And it's got 20 hearts too. I didn't think about the fact that it would be able to do that. Wow. Okay, so they do work. And since that's the case, we're gonna try out this one. This one should be the Twilight Princess Zelda. And so we're gonna just kind of keep going until we get a bow of light. However, hopefully this isn't one of those that like tries to give you the item on the first attempt, because I'm pretty sure those can get you banned, which is why I'm on a separate account playing Breath of the Wild and not Tears of the Kingdom, is because I just want to really be sure. But anyway, let's try. Oh, maybe? I don't know. I'm not getting anything. Oh, there we go. Okay, it was the side that I thought it was. All right, let's see what we got. Traveler's Bow, that isn't it? All right, well, I'll come back once I've got it. Oh, a diamond. That's not what we're looking for, but that's cool. All right, well, it's a little unclear if I'm even able to get the Twilight Bow right now. I'm really not sure because from what I heard, you can get all of the outfits and things like that, but I don't know about weapons. It sounded like maybe the weapons get downgraded if you're not at a certain point in the game, which might be why I'm getting a bunch of traveler's bows. That's just a thought. So for the sake of my own sanity, we're going to leave that there. However, that did prove that they do work properly. I mean, obviously I didn't test all of them, so, who knows, but chances are they're all really good. And that was however much as well. So yeah, that was the last thing that I had in my collection. So surprisingly, really impressed with the results. I'd say the worst things have got to be this grip, just because it's not that comfortable, and probably the microphone. We'll see if I can get it to sound okay. And it wasn't like that bad. I've certainly heard worse microphones, but I mean, everything else, this guy for a, cheap budget cube, pretty good. It's not a Moyu cube, right? I think I might be able to get a better cube for a very similar price. In fact, I think mine might be. Let me see. So yeah, if you're looking for cheap Rubik's Cube puzzles that you can buy, Moyu is the brand that you want to go for. This one, really nice, turns really smooth. It's even kind of magnetic, and it's worked really well for me. So if that's what you're looking for, then check that out. But yeah, even the controller kind of impressed me. Still definitely take a Pro controller over it, but if you don't have money for a Pro controller, this guy's not bad. So on that note, thanks for watching, and if you liked it, like it, and thanks for stopping by.